Please subscribe to this channel. Please like this video, and thank you for watching this video. Today, we're going to talk about how the office setup failed us. Let me tell you something. Ever since COVID, people have found out that the office setup is out of date. It's not good. It doesn't work well. It doesn't work efficiently. And this is why. I've worked in many offices in my life. I've worked in multiple banks and I've worked in other offices, and this is always the way it goes. And I have many experiences, particularly in the banking industry, and I've had but one boss who really worked his butt off. And this is always a setup, and this is for banks, but it's the same applicable to every single office. The manager comes in at 11:45. All the other employees come in at 8:30. The manager comes in, floats into his office and maybe stays there for about 10 minutes, takes a 2.5-hour lunch, maybe gets a haircut, maybe goes out for a sandwich, maybe just goes home, watches, cartoons for 2 hours and 15 minutes and comes back. And then the manager leaves at 3:15. Doesn't do anything, maybe takes a conference call while driving in his car or her car. Does absolutely nothing. The tellers do everything, especially the lead teller. They do everything to service the clients that come in the bank and leave the bank. I'm talking about backed up drive-through. I'm talking about backed up lines, 2 lines, 3 lines in the bank, 1 teller, 2 teller to service all these customers, clients, and they do everything. The bankers make all the sales. Usually you have a bank, usually the setup. There's one female banker and there's one male banker. One of them will be white. The other one would usually be minority. The reason for this is to connect with all demographics, so everyone has someone they're comfortable to sit with, that they can connect with. They make all the sales. They do all the service. They do everything. And the tellers do all the transactional work. Manager does nothing. And he gets paid the most, doing absolutely nothing, maybe being there for 2 hours a day. It's ridiculous. And this is why this has failed. And it's in all industries. I'm just talking about banking specifically because I worked in the industry for many years. It's in all industries across the board. In every office that I've ever worked, that's always the same setup. You see a lazy guy sitting in the big office. You usually see a very motivated woman or very motivated man sitting in the banker seat, or let's just say the office seat. And then there'll be, let's just say, a teller, an administrative assistant. There'll be one who's a little bit lazy and the other one who's basically like Wonder Woman. It is unbelievable. And we found out that driving to work is nonsense. To get up early in the morning and take an hour to get ready, to take a half hour to drive there, to take 45 minutes to drive back in traffic, is a complete waste of time. And that's why all of this stuff has gone digital now, and I don't think that people are really going to be going back to the office at all, to tell you the truth. I don't think they're going to be going back at all. And it's terrible. The way that things are set up business-wise is inefficient, and it's just crap. And it doesn't work. And I know a lot of people who do not want to go back to the office when COVID is through, completely through. And they're right. It's a totally broken system. It's from the Flintstone era. It's nonsense. And people don't want to go back. They weren't getting anything from this. They were underpaid. They were overworked. They had bosses who did nothing. And they just wasted a lot of time and gas and energy driving there. Let me tell you something. I figured out when I first started at BB&T Bank, I was making $35,000 a year. When you take out tax for that, and Social Security and all of that, it boiled down to about $95 per day at that point. If you include the money that I spent for gas driving there, and let's just say every day maybe I was too lazy to cook and I bought lunch out for $10, I was maybe clearing about $70 a day. And this was to give 8.5 hours, 9 hours of my day every single day for $70. Is that efficient? It's not efficient. It's garbage. And that was my first start in the industry of banking, or in the industry of having to deal with the office. And the American office failed us. It failed us, it failed us, it failed us. This setup failed us. And I'm happy that people are revolting against it and they don't want to go back to a broken system. It's garbage and it's total nonsense. And I wouldn't want to go back, that's for sure. I mean, I have a working from home job basically at this point. And we should be happy that we don't have to go back because it's crap. And for the people who don't have to go back, be happy because it's garbage. It failed us. And if you get the chance to not go back, don't. Because it was never beneficial. It's been failing for years and COVID made this completely lucid. Don't go back.